Hi Tracy, Jessica Peterson here. I really appreciate you speaking with me yesterday and accepting this free video. I'm super excited that you did because I know the strategies I'm about to show you are going to make a huge impact on your business. And I know that they will because we use these same strategies with over 50 other restoration companies just like you guys, and it's made a huge impact, okay? Now, right now, you guys have like zero organic traffic coming to your website. And because of that, you're missing out on hundreds of people not only landing on your website, but over 60 to 70% of the jobs every single month by not having these strategies in place, okay? So today, or before that, before I even get there, please feel free to take this information, run with it, start applying it today, and start driving that traffic and helping more people in your community, okay? So today we're talking 3 main strategies. We are talking about your content keyword strategy, citations, and then backlinks, okay? So we are here on your website. You have a good, decent looking website. You have the basic fundamentals in place. We just need to compound that, okay? Make it better with the right type of content. So when it comes to ranking, content is just about everything, okay? We need a ton of content and we need the right type of content, okay? That includes having the separate pages for each of your services, which it looks like you have, which is awesome. You absolutely have to have that. You also want to have separate service area pages for these services as well. Since you're servicing both Nebraska and Iowa, you really need to have those pages. That's going to allow you to be found in the areas that you serve for these services. Now, Google does require having a separate page, okay, for each service, so that way the entire page is dedicated to that service. It doesn't confuse your customers and it won't confuse the Google algorithm. But that page is then dedicated to that service. Like for water, you can talk about all the different ways water can infiltrate and cause havoc, okay? And what you guys do to fix it, how you help with the insurance companies, answering the top questions of your customers, and then focus on those local keywords. So if you guys are based out of Omaha, this entire homepage and all of these services would then be based on the Omaha keywords for those services, okay? And then if you have service area pages for other locations, those would be focused on the keywords for those specific locations. Hopefully that makes sense, okay? And when we talk content, there are different types of content. So content can be images and videos, and you want to make sure that they are each optimized. So if we look here, we can see this is your brand, Carlson Restoration, but our focus actually needs to be on the local keywords that people are actively searching for. Okay, 99% of people, when they need help, they don't know who you are. Even if you have 1 million billboards, okay, they don't know who you are yet. And so they are searching by the service they actually need. And that has to be the focus of your website. You can definitely promote your brand because that is important. But the focus has to be on those local keywords. So every image needs to have those local keywords. So that could be, in this case, with these vans, and these also relate to your image. So with these vans, it could be Omaha Water Damage Restoration Company, okay? If it was a water damage picture, you could be water damage Omaha, Omaha water damage. People search differently. You want to capitalize on the variations that they search so you can get the most potential traffic and help the most potential customers, okay? So in addition to your images and video, this written content also has to be optimized for those local keywords. So you do need a ton of this content. You need at least 1,500 words or more on this homepage based around those local keywords. This should have a summary of each of your major services as well. And if your competitors have 1,500 words, you're going to need more. You're going to need 1,800 and even 2,000 words on this page. This is the most important page of the entire website because it ties all of your pages together. Every link, picture, video is tied together in a pretty bow for Google's algorithm to understand who you are, okay? Google sends robots, or they're called crawlers, but they're like little mini robots to your website, and it scans everything. All of your images and text, pages and links to understand who you are, the services you offer, and where you offer those services. So if you don't have the right type of content, you don't have those keywords, you don't have those local keywords, Google does not know which type of customers to send to your website, okay? So it's really critical that you dial in your content keyword strategy. Now, if we actually looked at your top organic competitor for water damage in Omaha, we have Paul Davis. And yes, these guys are a franchise, but also they're very beatable, you guys. You're not competing against an entire franchise, only the franchisees, which usually can only handle or serve a handful of zip codes, okay? And then on top of that, they're given these generic sites that they're not allowed to modify and optimize in a way that would actually be beneficial for them. So all you have to do is better. Have better quality content and more content on the page. Having more pages, more long-form blog articles, all of those things are going to help you to be able to outrank these guys. And all of the fresh blog articles that you do then adds fresh content, which Google absolutely loves, and it's going to help you index for even more keywords. Now, we know when your customers do a search like this, that your website should be one of the first that pop up, right? And there's 3 different spots that you have the opportunity to do that on the first page of Google. The first one is generally going to be ads, and those are cost per click ads and local service ads, if that is something you're interested in. As long as you have your foundation and systems set up and dialed in, these can be really beneficial for you. But if not, you're not going to get the ROI that you are really hoping for, okay? These next 2 sections here actually get the bulk of the search traffic. This section here, these are your Google business profiles or the Google Map Pack, okay? This is where you need your business profile to be showing up for every one of your services in your service area, because 30% of people come straight here and don't go anywhere else. So when your profile's not here, you're leaving 30% of your revenue on the table every single month, and you're sending your customers to your competitors. So in order to get here, you have to optimize that profile and get a bunch of citations. And citations are simply listing the name of your business, your address, phone number, and website, and placing those in a bunch of directories. And those are like the Better Business Bureau, Yellow Pages, Yelp, Angie's, and House. All of those are great citations. So you just need more of those than your competitors. And when you get them, it sends additional information to Google that tells them more about your business, the services you offer, and where. Okay, so those are critical for you guys to have. And then this third section here is the most important section. This is the organic section, okay? This is where 60 to 70% of people go. They will skip all of the ads, they will skip all of the maps, and they will come right here. And so your website needs to show up here. And when it's not, you're losing 60 to 70% of all of the available jobs every single month. So in order for your website to show up here, it all comes back to the foundation of this website. Having the proper content and keyword strategy in place. And then you supporting that with your backlink SEO, which now brings us back to backlinks. So this is Ahrefs, a paid tool we use to tell us how your website is performing. And as we can see here, you guys have a rating of a 1.6 out of 100 in Google's trust flow. That means Google does not trust your website. And that does have to do with the content of your website, but is also more so the power you're sending to the website. Your website is a tool. Just like most of the tools you use, they do require power. So we send power to your website with backlinks. So we need a lot of backlinks. We need more than our competitors have, and we need to be sending them to your website every month. But it's important to understand that not all backlinks are created equal. This is a popularity contest. It has to be related. Okay, the fact that you have 122 backlinks and a score of 1.6, that says that majority of these backlinks are poor, spammy backlinks that are actually hurting you more than they could ever help you, okay? So we have to focus on only going after the good quality do follow links that are most closely related to your business. So those are going to be coming from websites of other home service businesses, vendors, and even related types of magazines and stuff, okay? Those are going to give you good quality links. It's going to increase this score, increase Google's trust, and they're going to push your website up higher. And it's going to help you rank those keywords. Right now, you have been indexed for 40 keywords, but you're only getting 5 people to your website. Sorry, I think earlier I said 0, but you're getting 5 people organically to your website, okay? So you're missing out on tons and tons of traffic, and at least 60% of your jobs per month not having these strategies employed. Now, when we look at your competitor, their specific area here is a low score as well, and it makes sense. They're not doing any SEO because they can't fix what's wrong on their site, so it's not going to do them any good. However, because the website does have this much power, it is able to push the power to these back service location areas, okay? And because of that, they've been able to rank for some of their keywords and get over 88 people to their website, okay? Which isn't a whole lot, but is definitely a lot more traffic being generated than you guys have. So you definitely have to do better than they are doing. If we look at their keywords, we can see that they are ranking at the top. There's 10 spots per page of Google for these local buyer intent keywords. And the higher you are ranking a position, the more percentage of this volume per month that you're going to get to your website. So you could be getting 37 and even over 40% of the volume for every single keyword when you're at the top, okay? Your keywords, you only have one keyword that's ranking, and this is an informational keyword, not a buyer intent. People that are searching for restoration companies are looking for information. They're not necessarily looking for a service. We want to focus on the keywords that are going to convert into actual jobs for you. Okay, so we need to focus on those local buyer intent keywords. So now, if you follow all of these strategies I've just provided you today, you guys have a huge opportunity to be able to dominate in your area. Okay, so please feel free to take this information, run with it, apply it yourself, and start today and start making a difference, okay? But if you'd rather focus on what you guys do best and have a partner in growth, at Peterson SEO, this is our specialty, and we specialize in working with restoration companies just like you guys. So please feel free to reach out, ask any questions that you might have, and give us a call, and we'd be happy to chat. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.